Yes, welcome back because it's been a while since I've done one of these. I know a lot of you guys have been anticipating when my next podcast episode would be out, and here it is. Post holidays, we're back. I'm calling it season 2. We had 10 episodes before, so I might as well reset. Do another 10 and call it season 2 here, episode 1 of Post Workout Chats with Coach Marco. I'm here sitting with a good friend, almost like family actually, Ashley Finch. And she works with my wife over at Spa Therapy. And she does nails. And I've had more than a few, pedicures done by Ashley. And one day I fell asleep. I always fall asleep, actually. And I want to segue into this little story about one of the pedicures. I fell asleep, woke up with some polish and some color on one toe.
These things happen.
Surprise. I never get mad at these. I liked it, actually. Do you remember what you put on there? I don't remember, actually.
You know, I think it was, I feel like it was fireworks. I feel like it was around the 4th of July. And I had done just like a little.
One nail, right? It was just one nail.
Yeah, just on one. You know, this is the game we play. If you fall asleep in my chair, you might wake up with something in your toes. I don't know.
No. You might make up dead in the ocean or something.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen.
I can't not fall asleep. Our pedicure chairs are just amazing. And I know that's like the number one thing people talk about, other than how great the actual pedicure was, just the comfort of that chair.
I mean, let's be real, the chair is the star of the show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's, the service itself is super relaxing, great for taking care of your feet, especially when you're on them all the time and exercising, doing day-to-day life stuff, but the chair is the star for sure.
The chair. But also, I've seen some of your other nail art work. Actually, Sarah just showed me there was like some palm trees just like the other day. Or was that yesterday? That was really cool, very intricate. So the nail art's something that's like, I thought it was really awesome. And then you also, that was like the first kind of ways you were bringing out your art, but now other ways like this t-shirt. We're both wearing a t-shirt line. Right? It's actually a character named after my son. You named after my son, Xander the Dragon.
I did.
So I got Xander the Dragon on, guys. It's an awesome little figure there.
His little dragon form. Yeah, I created the character itself in 2020. Like during our shutdown and everything is when I really started to amp up with
I had a lot of time
with the art and it's something I've always done, but that's when I really started to shift focus to turning it into a business. And so I created the dragon to be like the face of my business, the logo for Ashley Finch Art.
And you also have the unicorn too. So.
Yeah, and actually the little unicorn, also named after our friend's daughter. Her name's Rowan. Was also something I created around the same time. And during the shutdown, created her as like a free coloring page for people. Because I had just started doing coloring pages for, we were all stuck at home. So we're like, okay, here's, just a little something fun for people to do. And went for a long time without either of them having names. And so after your little guy was born, it clicked. And it was
that's awesome.
He needed to be the perfect name, and I couldn't find it, and then it popped in there one day and was like,
perfect.
It's perfect for him.
Yeah, he's just as cute as the real Xander.
He is.
Also, we have some canvas work that you've done hanging up in our home. The first one in our mudroom. I love that one. It was really cool.
I'm so glad.
I feel like I should pull it out. Should I pull it out?
Up to you.
Hold on. Okay, we're back. Here it is. All right, beautiful. I like it. What went into the thought to this? Because we didn't really give you specifics. Well, we give you a little bit, like a template, like we want a tree.
Yeah. Sarah had given me some ideas. She had found something that she had liked, and she was like, I really kind of like, the style of this and kind of just like the abstract look of it. Do you think you could make something, using this as inspiration? And so then we came up with this, and she gave me the color palette she wanted to use, like something just kind of earthy, a lot of browns, a little bit of greens, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think maybe do you need a little bit of sparkle in there too?
Yeah, no, that was.
But it, just little touches of it, like little accents of like metallic paint and a little bit of glitters, just to give it a little extra something, a little depth, a little pop.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. I normally when I would paint, it would be more like I'd be painting like landscapes or characters or something like that, something that has like a lot of form and structure. So to do something like this where it was more of like an abstract background and then kind of doing the tree over that, it was in a little more like impressionistic where I'm not actually painting individual leaves and stuff like that. It was
what did you prep? Like, how did you get the form of the tree leaves?
So
like
I just used use a large brush, and I do it as like a dry brush technique where you don't have very much paint on it at all, and you kind of just dab it. You dab it on and let the colors mix and
I know nothing about art.
But it helped me step outside the comfort zone a little bit more and explore more avenues that I had been wanting to explore. So
yeah, we've had a lot.
It was a lot of fun.
We have a lot of like comments about this one. Just like people that they
so
use
good.
the powder room, they always come out like, "Hey, that was where'd you get that?" Or So
yeah, that's awesome.
I like it.
I super appreciate that.
Yeah. Where can we locate most of your art? Like if someone wanted to browse, where would they find it?
So I do have a website. It's Ashy Finch Art. That's ASHY. Finch like the bird art.com. I have a store set up on there where I've got like canvases and stickers and stuff that I have made up that are for sale on there, but then also I have on there some customizable work and also a link on there for completely custom commissions. So like something like that that was custom done for you guys. So I have all that on there. At the moment, I do have a link as well on there for, I have a spring store set up, which is where the shirts and that came from. But I'm actually in process of changing that.
Okay.
So it's there for the moment, but I am exploring a new company, and that's actually where this one came from. This is one of the samples I ordered from them. Just to kind of, check out their quality and all that stuff. But so it's just it's gonna flow a little bit better. It's gonna be a little bit nicer that I don't have to have a secondary storefront for that, which is nice. So with this new company, I'll be able to integrate everything into the store on my ashyfinchart.com web store. So I have news updates and stuff on there, some projects that I'm currently working on. I'm doing a collaboration with a friend of ours, Aaron Ryan. We're working on an Oracle card deck together, so I've got a link on there for like that project that we're working on. I'm going to be putting up a new link soon. I'm going to be starting a Kickstarter soon for doing plushies of
we just talked about this.
Yeah, the Xander and Rowan characters. So I just got a sample from them to kind of check out their fabric and like what they do, the kind of quality product that they make, materials that they use, all that.
Can't wait to see those.
I absolutely loved what I saw, so we're in the works right now, sending everything off for quoting, and we're going to do a Kickstarter for it. So I'll be putting all the information up on my website for that. And we have a little spot people can sign up and, submit your email for, if you want to keep updated on when it launches and just all news updates on it. But yeah, there's a lot of new and exciting stuff I'm going to be adding to my store here as far as all that stuff goes, new projects, new art, new services. I just added my intuitive paintings on there. Lots of stuff coming, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's definitely keeping me busy.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good energy. Before we actually talk about our bigger topic, which is your pole dancing classes and how you've used it as your main form of exercise. Is that safe to say?
Yes.
Like,
yep.
Main or only? Do you do
you know what? I'll call it main because the other things I do are not intentionally used for exercise, but they are. They end up being a form of. But, so yeah,
but I don't know if like you did yoga regularly or anything.
I'm starting to pick back up on that more because of the classes, because it helps.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to have you talk a little bit about your experience with energy work and how that has helped you day to day, either in keeping you motivated or keeping your focus or mindset or spirit in the right place. Because I know a lot of us can struggle with, especially this time of year, like lack of energy, don't want to go outside, it's cold.
Absolutely. So I personally started my whole journey with energy work about 6 or 7 years ago now. And everything that I have worked on within myself since then it has literally been a night and day change. I mean, I know it's always cliche. Everybody always wants to be like, oh, this has been so life-changing, but it has. When it has, it has. It doesn't matter how cliche it is.
Hey, if something is like a before and after this for you.
Right.
Like this is life before energy work and this is life after I've tried it out or something. Like it could be anything.
Kind of thinking about that, the before and after, using that as an example, the me now, I'm sitting here with you and I'm talking on this podcast and I'm putting my art out there and I'm putting my energy work out there and I'm taking this, crazy taboo topic class and, I'm doing all these things that are exposing me to the public and to the world. And the me before I started all of the energy work
private
would have peed myself thinking of, like, just even at the thought of that.
And sharing any of it, right?
Right. Yeah. I would not have taken the class. I would not be putting my work out there. I would not be putting my energy work out there. I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be putting my own videos out there. Like, I would only be sitting there dreaming of all of it in my head. Yeah. And I would not let it all out because I was terrified of everything. And that's one of the biggest things that doing all of this energy work and actually taking the time to put the work in for myself has changed. Is I have released so many fears around so many things that now I realize and am comfortable with, like, this is all a safe space. And it really, truly is what anybody else thinks about it doesn't matter. Yeah. It really doesn't.
Yeah, right.
And it's so freeing. It is so freeing.
For those that maybe have never heard of energy work or have no idea what we're talking about, maybe just a quick, what is it?
It's so, there are so many different types of energy work. Yeah. But for those who are not familiar and are just like, okay, most people have heard of the term energy work, but don't really know anything about it. But the biggest thing that I could suggest for people to start is just super simple, just thinking about your mindset. Thinking about your mindset when you think about anything. Like you had mentioned, especially like this time of year, like, okay, everybody's like, I struggled to get through the holidays. That right there is a perspective that we hold ourselves in that causes us more stress and more grief than we need to. Being able to be mindful of what you're thinking of and what you're focusing on is one of the best places to start. And, right now that we're past that, we're, in the dead of winter and it's cold outside. It makes it harder to be able to go outside to do things. And so a lot of people tend to get into a funk of kind of...
And seasonal depression is a real thing too.
It is, absolutely. It's right now, it's dark and gloomy outside. It's not snowing or anything. So, like, it's not even really, like, what we would call pretty. Doing, like, the major, like, deep internal energy work of being like, okay, let's use this time to, like, reflect on when things trigger me, like, when I see something that like makes me upset, or and really like kind of start to dig deep into that stuff so that I can start letting things go.
People can hold stress in certain areas in their body, and
yes,
not only like actual muscles, but like in your digestive system, or you hold stress somewhere. Thinking about your mindset and how you can change it, like what specific practices are there other than like I'm just gonna take a new attitude towards something? Like, are there specific like routines that you go through? Or
absolutely, and you're so right. Like every emotion that we feel, stress being one of the biggest ones that everyone's super familiar with. We do hold on to those things, and we do store it in various places. You store it in the organs, you store it in the joints, everywhere in the body. So then you do end up with physical issues if you don't address them. And so meditation. And I know everybody always says it, and everybody's always like, oh, everybody just tells me to meditate. I just got to meditate.
And I can't sit still.
Yeah.
And I can't be quiet.
I can't sit still. I can't quiet my mind. I can't, it goes off. I totally get that. And that's where I started to. I started in a place where I would try to meditate and I couldn't. I was like, I don't even know how to meditate. Like, how do I do this? My best suggestion would be for everybody who is new to meditating. There are tons of apps. There are free apps out there. Some of the good ones that I am familiar with are Insight and Headspace. There's also, I think there was one like called Calm or something like that.
Calm app, yeah.
Yeah, but there's so many. Just go into your whatever device you have, App Store, and just or you can just go on YouTube and look up a guided meditation, one where somebody is like actually speaking to you and walking you through steps. And that's actually one of the things I'm going to be releasing on my website this year. Is I'm going to start doing like some guided meditations and
that's good. I think those really do help.
But so basically, what that does, like going through these meditations, is it helps to train you to calm your brain. So you start off in a place where you just can't, where you're like, if I have a moment where I'm not doing something, just everything starts going at once. All my lists, all my to-dos, all my everything are just like piling on, and it drives you nuts. Getting from that stage of doing like the guided meditations to doing it without that voice, one of the steps that really helped me was to really focus on the breathing. So like in my mind, basically what I'm doing is I'm telling myself, breathe in, breathe out. And I'm like focusing with every breath I take. And just basically that's helping me, like by saying it in my head, it's helping me to really just focus on the breathing. And
the first practice I learned was focusing on two things actually. You have your heartbeat, which you listen for, and then your breathing. And then as you go through and focus on deep breaths, and then as you're listening to your heartbeat, you want to start taking away like the heartbeat and focus on like where you can only hear and feel your breathing. Yeah. And then until like almost that goes away too. Right. Yeah. So absolutely. I know like sometimes like for me when I was having trouble sleeping, it was always like, hey, turn a fan on, or I always need that something to zone in on and then
that little
and
bit
then
of
fade
white
out
noise.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It helps, but that's just me.
It's kind of the same type of thing. Is it acts as that distraction to get you away from it, and the more you do it, the less you find that you need the distractions, which is great. But also kind of touching on what you had mentioned before, like like you can kind of start to like feel and pay attention to like areas of your body, and that like when you're going through these meditation practices, like you can really start to tune yourself into listening to the different areas of your body, and like really kind of finding out like, oh, you know what, I'm kind of feeling something going on over here. Or
to take a small break, and then we'll come back and talk about pole dancing. Classes. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, we're back. And we want to talk about... Oh, wait, hold on. No, we're not. Okay, now we're back. And I wanted to have you talk about... so your main form of exercise comes from pole dancing classes. I guess number one. I guess it's been a little bit more popular as of recent, but definitely in like the circle of people I know, it's definitely more popular as of recent. So, and how long have you been doing it?
Since July.
Okay, so yeah,
it's been about 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. How's it been going?
Amazing. It's definitely something that used to be and still kind of is a little bit. I don't want to say like a taboo topic, but kind of.
It can be.
You know, I mean, there has always been a stigma around it that, you know, pole dancing, it's for strippers. It's
like someone would be like, "Oh, you have a stripper pole in your home."
Exactly.
Like, no, it's
it's like you said, it's definitely becoming a more mainstream thing. Like it's becoming a lot more accepted and a lot more recognized as. No, it's not a dirty thing. It's actually an extremely amazing form of fitness.
But it can be still. It still exists.
It can be whatever you want it to.
Right. I mean, yeah.
For the actual like mechanics of what it is, it's an incredible full body workout.
Yeah.
And the place that I go to, Flight Fitness Studio in Palatine.
Okay.
They are exactly that. They're a fitness studio. They have pole dancing. They have aerial. They have like the aerial rings.
Mm-hmm. God, those are hard.
It's oh my god, yeah. Like I can honestly say that I didn't realize. Like I knew it was going to be hard when I joined up, but you don't realize how difficult it is until you actually start getting into everything and realizing just how out of shape you really are.
Yeah, for sure.
It's you know, I would see videos and stuff of these women and men doing pole dancing and just throwing themselves about like it's nothing and climbing up and flipping upside down and doing all these crazy maneuvers and spins and everything. And I took the intro class and where they teach you just super, super basic, you know, simple things. Let's
rewind. And then I want you to explain your first experience, like everything that happened that first day. Like, cause when you walk in, it's gotta be like, okay, what am I going to be doing here? Yeah. Are these people all like really good dancers or what's going on?
One thing that I do super really love, I mean, obviously I can't speak for every studio, but I would imagine they all have like a similar structure. Mm-hmm. But for Flight Fitness, they have it structured where everybody in your class is going to be around the same level.
Okay.
So like the intro class that I took, it was, you know, a small group of us, and it was all of us had never done this before. Mm-hmm. So it was our first time there, you know, even seeing, you know, touching a pole mm-hmm. in person.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to try to avoid as many of the dirtiest jokes that come to mind as possible. See, because it is still kind of...
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to get away from it. Anyway.
But it's okay. But, so yeah, I mean, it was definitely intimidating at first. Like, it was... I was a little nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, like... Okay, but, you know, she went through and, you know, explained some things that, like, you know, you have to warm up beforehand. We go through and do a warm up, you know, just like with any kind of strenuous fitness, like you want to do a warm up so that you don't injure yourself, because physical fitness is real. Mm-hmm. You can hurt yourself. So, you know, and she goes through and she talks about, you know, you have to move in a certain way, engage certain parts of your body in certain ways, and it's really was interesting for me to learn like just how much was involved. It's not just as simple as, oh yeah, I just grabbed on and threw myself around. Like,
can you recall some of the things like she had you do? Because I know when you learn something, it's usually like, all right, we'll start with like doing this move or warming up with this. Like, what did she have you do? How do you build up into it?
So actually a lot of the moves that we do like during the warm up, there are a lot of yoga inspired moves from that to really help just kind of stretch everything out, and things to like stretches to really help like open up all the main joints. So like your shoulders, your hips, like all around your core, like to really help open everything up. So over time, you know, everything starts moving a little bit better. You start becoming a little more limber, a little more stretchy. But one of the biggest things that has really stuck with me, that has actually helped me a ton, like just in my day-to-day posture, is when you have to like reach up to like grip the pole and like you're pulling yourself up. One of the most important things that they remind you of every time is remember to engage your shoulders. So you're not just like reaching up, like when you do, like you have to bring your shoulders back down, and you want to have them down and level rather than scrunching up like that. And that actually helps make me aware of how much I was doing that. Because I have a fun little deformity in my neck. Your rib cage is supposed to start on your thoracic vertebrae. Mine doesn't. Mine starts up in my neck. And you're not supposed to have ribs in your neck. But so the very last cervical vertebrae, I have a fully formed set of ribs. And what that does is it pushes these muscles up instead of them laying down in. And it changes the way all my neck and shoulders and everything moves. So because they're up like that, they tend to like pull up. So every time I do anything reaching over my head, I'm shrugging instead of just reaching up. And
that's actually a common overactive area for muscles anyway, for anybody. So like, if that adds to it, then that's definitely
for sure. And so like, I mean, I knew I did it some, but I wasn't aware of how much until I started this class. And they're like, you need to engage, you need to pull this down, you need to, really lock that in. And it made me very conscious of it. And now just my day to day, even when I'm working at the spa, doing pedicures and stuff, like I'm realizing, oh shoot, I'm starting to shrug. So I'm like, okay, all right, pull that back down. I got a good posture now. And so it's really helped me in that regard too, which I thought was fantastic. Like, a little side bonus there is it's just really helped me like take the next step into becoming like more in tune with my body and like what I'm actually doing. Just those little like automatic movements like that we're on autopilot. We don't even realize we're doing. But it's been really awesome.
What do you think you've strengthened the most going through?
Definitely the arms have strengthened a lot, but I have noticed my core has really started to get a lot stronger.
I'm assuming that's where it was most sore too, coming out of those first classes.
What? The first few classes, it was kind of an all over the body.
Everywhere. Yeah, okay, that's arms, how it goes anyways.
Full arms, full legs,
no matter what,
full core, it was all over.
So true form of exercise. I mean, it's
absolutely. Yeah. And that's kind of the other thing too is they're like, you have to learn how to trust your body. And you're not just engaging your arms and your legs when you're doing certain maneuvers. Like it's the whole thing.
There's a chain.
Yeah.
It's kind of a chain. Yeah. You have to work. Your body doesn't work in isolation to any muscle.
Right.
I mean, even if you are technically doing like an isolated, like a bicep curl, for example, you're still using other muscles. Yeah. You're not.
Right.
You're not solely using your biceps. It's the prime mover. But anyway, everything has to work together.
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah. It definitely all has to be in conjunction with one another. And it was just interesting for me to realize like the depth of that. Like especially like doing the workouts we're doing on the pole is a major part of it is like balance. And like learning to, like, you do have to engage everything. And if you don't, you're not going to get the proper posture for it. So then you're not going to get, the proper maneuver that you're looking for, which, same with really any workout. If you don't engage those proper areas of your body, it's not going to work right. And you're likely going to hurt yourself. But it's definitely just, it's been fun to see, like, the transformation in myself, just how much stronger things have gotten, how much more, like, limber things have gotten, and also, like, how much more mindful and, like, consciously aware I am of what areas of my body I'm engaging, and just making it a habit almost to do that all the time, which has been nice.
I was going to say, also just your confidence, right? Like, it's really upped your confidence level.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely, like, looking at it from a mental standpoint, just completely leaving the physical out of it. It has been so changing. I was very, like, shy and nervous when I first started taking the class, and now I'm much more open. I feel so much more confident. I feel so much better, like, about myself. Like, I knew going into it, I was in a place where, I wasn't going to be judged. There was, nothing to fear. There was, none of that going to be going on. But still, there's just that piece of you that's like, oh God, like, I don't want people looking at me. Like,
yeah, but then you get to post a video of some of the work you've done, right?
And so I've now gotten to the point where I'm like, I feel really good about this. Like, I, am having so much fun, and I'm really enjoying myself. I see all the other ladies in the class, like, super enjoying themselves. Like, we're just having a great time. I feel, just confidence in general. And it, I'm not, like, outstanding at it at all.
Yeah, but I mean,
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
And I feel good about just seeing the progress that I've made, that I've done this thing for myself that I'm thoroughly enjoying. To, like you said, like, now, I have shared videos, like, in the public now.
Do you record all of the sessions you do, or is that like
so it's not like the full classes that I'm recording.
Well, right.
But it's more like, so what we basically do, like, the structure of the class is we do a little warm up. We have, like, our things that we work on, be it, like, specific maneuvers, techniques, routines, whatever. And then at the very end, before we do our cool down, we usually do, like, a little either free dance, or if it's our last of the 8-week session, it's like a little, we have to do, like, a graduation dance. And then it's that little free dance that we do at the end that I'm typically recording.
And you can, like, do all the things you've learned and make it your own, and
right,
it's
exactly.
fun.
So, like, we're gonna put the music on. Everybody just, practice whatever they want to practice. Just get into the flow, really feel into the music, and just do your thing. And so that's what we typically record. So then I'll take, like, little snippets of, like, oh, I'm so proud. Like, I finally hit that. I finally had the strength that I could, do that sit, or, whatever it is. And now I'm at a point where, like, I've shared a few things, like, just little snippets like that in my stories on Instagram, and what made me feel even better about it is an artist friend that I have met on there, that she and I have been supporting each other through our journeys, through, like, our art businesses. She saw it and responded to it and was like, oh my God, this is so inspiring, because I've been wanting to do this, but then I chickened out, and then I forgot about it, and you just reminded me, and, like, now I'm really looking into it again. So, like, I helped, just sharing that one little clip, I helped inspire her to go out and do this thing that she really wanted to do, that she was too afraid to do before. And that made me feel so good.
It should. I mean, it's great that they get you guys to record, and you have the ability to share that, because I don't know if you got any sort of other kind of feedback, because, like, if you watch it, you're like, oh, well, are you now, like, have you gotten into exotic dancing? Like, are you a stripper now or something? I don't know if you... Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Roxy has seen some friends walking down the street, apparently. I'll wait. Mrs. Okay. No, she...
Yeah. Round 2.
Oh, boy. Anyways, I think we'll have to wait a second here.
Sure. They'll never come back here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know if you've gotten any other kind of feedback, like, hey, like what you doing now?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I have had quite a few people reach out, but it's all been like such positive feedback.
That's good.
Like there hasn't been any like, oh my god, like I can't believe you're doing that. Like that's gross. You know, like
right.
there
Yeah.
hasn't been any of like that kind of feedback, which I'm super happy to see. Like if people want to tell me that, like honestly, I really don't care because the place I'm at now, like that wouldn't bother me. But it makes me happy to see that I'm not getting that kind of feedback because people are being more accepting of, you know, alternate forms of exercise, and it's like it's more than just that too. Like it's another avenue of art and self-expression.
Expressing yourself. Yeah.
And it's really been super healing. Which is great. But yeah, everybody that has reached out has been like, either like, you know, this is amazing that you're doing this. Like, you know, I love seeing your videos. Like, it looks so great. Like, you're doing so well. Or, you know, you've inspired me. Like, I really want to do this too. You know, it's all been super positive, which has been amazing.
Yeah, that's good. And I mean, it might not be for everybody, but in a sense, it's just like, hey, try something that you might not, they thought you might not want to try or
right.
you feel self-conscious about, and just do it.
It's not something that I would, you know, a lot of people don't think about that. When you think about exercise, you think of going to the gym, you know, joining a fitness club, doing Pilates, running outside, whatever, and I've done a lot of those things. And what the biggest thing that I encourage to everybody is like, if you join the gym and you're working out at a gym and that makes you happy, then that's what's going to be best aligned for you, and that's what you need to do.
Right.
If it's running around, you know, outside on your, you know, on like a nature trail or like the sidewalks through your neighborhood,
or just hiking, in general.
Yeah, or you know, doing a Pilates class, or you know, whatever. Like it's whatever ignites that flame within you. And you know, I've done the gym thing, and I used to go to the gym 5 days a week for 2 hours a day, and I mean that was years ago, but I didn't thoroughly enjoy it for me personally. Like I wasn't moving my body in the way that I really wanted to, and at the time I really didn't know what that was. I just knew that I tried all the things. I tried Zumba classes, I tried Pilates classes, you know, and it just, they were all fun, and I loved the results of all of them, but like I just simply wasn't enjoying it. So like when this came up, like it was something I totally never thought about. I never thought that, oh yeah, you know what, that's a form of exercise. Why don't I do something like that? Like,
and it could just be fun.
Exactly.
You know, it could just be fun.
And I did, and that was the key that I was looking for, was that I knew that if I was going to do something on a regular basis, I was going to have to be having fun with it, or I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
I just knew that. So once like that had just popped into my head, because listening to my body, tuning into that, like it was telling me like, you really need to start doing more exercise. You really need to find something and be doing something again.
Yeah.
And so I knew that, you know, those other avenues just weren't going to work out. But, you know, I pushed myself to like go for some jogs here and there, but I was like, I know it's not going to work. I'm going to sabotage myself every time.
Yeah, because you got to like it enough to want to do it more than a couple times, right? Something
right,
that you want to...
exactly. It's got to be something that you enjoy enough. And so that had suddenly just popped into my head. And I had actually brought it up to my friend, like, kind of as a joke, and was like, hey, you know...
But that's how it starts off, right? That's how it starts off.
And what was great about that was I was really glad I did say something to her, because she had responded back, and she's like, oh my God, if you do that, please tell me, because I want to do it with you. Because I was going to do it years ago, and then something came up, like it never worked out, and then I forgot about it. So then we ended up going together, and we had the best time. And the fact that I've been doing it 6 months every single week for 6 months now, I'm like, okay, I found the thing. I found the thing that works. Like, I love yoga too, and I've been wanting to do that, but I couldn't push myself to do it. But now that I'm doing this, I'm kind of being drawn to doing the yoga again, and you know, starting to do like a little more strength training and stuff like that.
Because you want to get better at the dancing,
right?
And you want to get So it requires other things. So
right.
The other things they weren't there for your enjoyment, but now you find something you enjoy, and you can incorporate strength training and stretching, and it's now it's to like better the thing that you like.
Yeah.
Right. So
they are now an accessory to this main thing that I found.
So it's then motivated you to do other things too in exercise, which is it's what you want. You know, moral of the story is go find a buddy, and whatever you wanted to do this whole time, do it.
Yeah.
Do it with somebody, and that'll help. Yeah.
Find that thing that ignites that soul, that flame in your soul, and go do it.
Yeah.
Quit stopping yourself.
Yeah, because that's really all it is. You just convince yourself not to do something.
Exactly.
So
we are the limits that we put on each other ourselves.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yep. All right, everybody. See you next time.